Welcome folks to a driving tour on a Bugeye called, wow, cold start, first start, starts right up. New carburetors, whoops, operator error. But anyway, new carburetors are the best. And these are, you know, they're 5 years old, but they are not worn out like all the other used SUs in the world, so highly recommended. And we put those in a lot of the cars that we build because they train Amtrak. We put those, the train, excuse me. We put those in a lot of the cars we build because they work so nicely. So welcome to a driving tour of a Bugeye Cold Star. This is a cold drive. Temperature has not even come off the peg. And you can see already evident to me is the work that we did 5 years ago for the prior owner, who's now consigning the car with us, is very much apparent. The steering wheel is perfectly centered. The throttle response is excellent. The car starts right up quickly. So many of the things that we're always striving to do. The shocks are good. We put in tapered wheel bearings. We did a lot of work to prepare this car for Chris so that he could enjoy it. I knew that he wasn't going to be working on it, so he needed us to take care of things for him. And that's also the new exhaust that we put in, which is a twin tip performance muffler. It's a smooth case transmission and the original engine. The transmission's in good shape. The synchros are not complaining. And so a lot of the work that we did is going to pay off for the new owner. The high beams are on now and they go off, this indicator. This is new gauges, so he drove it 1450 roughly. Basically, when we did the work, we zeroed things out. We have an air horn. And so it's gone about 1,400 miles since we did all that work. The tires were also changed, so the ride quality is good. The shocks were changed. The rear ride quality is good. It's a good driving car. It's just that the underside is really not that pretty and kind of needs new floor pans. And for the right person who doesn't really worry about those things, it's fine. So I don't know where you stand in that conversation. If you're that person that couldn't live with it, then you have to change the floor pans. And if you're that person, coincidentally, like Chris, who didn't really care about such things, he just left it. So it's kind of the product of old restorations that people did with, you know, what they had. They didn't always think about a tournament grade cut and weld, because those were the days that we riveted. And I mean, we've had a lot of Bugeye floor pans that were signposts. If you're watching this video, you might be one of those people who back in the 70s or 60s, you used the signpost to patch a floor. So we've seen those kinds of things on multiple occasions. And this floor repair that's been done over the years is of that style. There's also a front anti-roll bar, so the handling is good. These twin tip mufflers can be quiet if you're easy on the gas, or they get louder like back there when I got on the pedal a little bit. And so yeah, I like the ride quality. The car tracks well. Some things that I noticed that need attention that we will have to do. I have a feeling we did new wheel cylinders 5 years ago, but they need to be done again. The brake pedal is a little stiff. And so we need to do a hydraulic refresh. Let's see if it won't jump out of third. If it was going to on a decel like that, that's when they jump out of third gear. I'm not worried at all about this transmission. It's a good one. Anyway, so some hydraulic refreshing is in order. And the other thing this is doing, which is kind of comic, I have to confess, many of these cars will leak oil at the back of the transmission. Surprise, surprise, these cars leak oil. They will also sometimes get over-greased on the front U-joint. So you end up with oil inside this part of the tunnel. And this one, the e-brake assembly, is a little bit loose. And as a result, oil from the tunnel has gotten outside of the tunnel, and it's gotten on the seat belt. So the seat belt, when I put on the seat belt, got oil on my pants. So that's brand new for me. I've had oil come out of just about everywhere on these cars, but I haven't had an oily seat belt until today. So we have to fix this and then clean the seat belt. You can see how nicely the blinker lights, which is great. You know, for a little 948 powered car, that's fun. That's why we like Bugeyes. Anyway, so we have an oily seat belt and we have an e-brake assembly that needs to just be tightened onto the tunnel. We also have sort of nominal brake performance. So somebody might want to convert these to disc brakes. And now would be a good time because we have to renew the drum brakes in the front to restore braking performance. So now's a good time to do a disc conversion. So we have good oil pressure, 60 pounds at 2,000 or so. We're not fully warmed up. The oil's not fully warmed up, but the water is at 170, and that's a nice target. These are new gauges. The fuel gauge is working. The odometer's working. So yeah, we have a good car if somebody wants to get into the Bugeye world at a lower price point. We've done a lot of the refreshing, and most importantly, we did a new wiring harness. That's a very expensive upgrade, and that was done in 2005 as well. So we're back. Thank you for riding with me today, listening to a new tale of oil leaks. And this is Star from Bugeye Guys. Check out more pictures at our website. Thanks for riding with me today.